Okay, so what do we know? They told us that R equals XP, so this is our revenue equation, where X is the number of items sold and P is the price. So our revenue equation is going to be the number of items times the price, which is 120 minus 0.08x. Okay, so this is how much money we're going to bring in, and we want to know where this is going to equal $7,620. So we want R to equal 7,620. So all I really need to do is just take this side of the equation, graph it, and find out where it hits this side. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this into the calculator. Notice it's R equals negative 0.08x squared plus 120x. But in this factored form, it's kind of interesting because it tells me that I've got an x value of 0 and, right, so my x-intercepts are 0 and whatever makes this go to 0. So if I go 120, if I go 120 minus 0.08x equals 0, then that means I've got 120 equals 0.08x. Divide that away, 0.08. So I've got x equals, and 120 divided by 0.08, that's 1,500, I think. 120 divided by 0.08 is 1,500. Okay, so that means the smallest amount of items that we can make is 0 and make a revenue of 0. The largest amount of items that we can make is 1,500, and that will make a revenue of 0. So we're going to graph this equation. So I'm going to go y equals, so there's my x times 120 minus 0.08x. And I know that my window has got to be set from the smallest x that I can make is 0 to the largest x that I can make and still make a revenue is 1,500. And my x scale I'll just set to be 100ths. Now, my y value. Let's think about what's going to happen here. Like, where's the maximum going to occur, right? Well, if this graph I know hits here and hits here at 1,500, then I know the graph opens down because of this negative 0.08x squared, then that maximum is going to occur at an x value of 750. So what's the y value that goes with it? So I can just go back here. There's my equation, and I can just plug in 750. So I can just go second table, and in fact I'll go to table set, and I'll just plug in the 750, and then go back to the table. So at 750, I'm all the way up to $45,000. So that's the maximum that this is going to produce. That's my maximum revenue. So when I look at the window, I know that my Y maximum is going to go all the way up to 45,000. And there's the graph. So that upper point right there has an X value of 750 and a Y value of 45,000. So I wanted to know, the question says, where is the revenue equal to $7,620? So if I just go Y equals 7,620, the number of items produced is this value and that value. So I'll just go second calc the intersection, first curve, second curve, and then just scroll over. So just hit enter, and then I'll just scroll over so that I'm at this one. And that point has an X value of 66.4. So we'll call that X is 67, right? Because I can't make 66.4 items. You can hear my dog barking. And then I'll calc the intersect, enter, and then just scroll over here. Just so that I can get close to it so it knows which intersection I want. Okay, and that's at 1433.55. So X equals 1433.55, so we'll call that 1434. So this is the smallest amount of items that I can make that will produce $7,600, whatever that was, $7,620 in revenue. And then this is the largest amount of items that I can make that will produce that same. Interestingly, if I make 7,500 items right there, that will achieve the maximum possible revenue, but it didn't ask me that. Now, what it looked like you're trying to do in your work is you were trying to take all of this and make a single equation out of it. So, which you can, if I put the 7620 right there, then move it to the other side, I'd get 0 equals negative 0.08x squared plus 120x minus 7620. And then I could do the quadratic formula on that, and it'll give me the two x-intercepts. Well, the first x-intercept will have this, and the second x-intercept will be that. So the quadratic formula will work too, but I think it's easiest just to graph the two equations and find out where they cross.